Nolan Arenado. What more can Nolan Arenado is a stud. Defensively, I'd say a top 2-3 defensive third baseman in baseball. You have Matt Chapman, who's clearly the number one defensively third baseman. But Nolan Arenado is so good over there. He leaves Colorado, and everybody says, will he be able to hit away from Coors? The answer is yes. He goes to a new team, a new franchise, moves, and he ends up just he had a really good year. Not the best. I think Nolan Arenado was a top 2-3 third baseman in baseball. I still think this year he's going to be a top 5 third baseman. I think another year in St. Louis where he has himself collected. He has himself together. He's been there for a year. He knows his way around. He's getting more comfortable. I think he's going to have a better year than he did last year.
Coming in number 4, Alex Bregman.
Yep, Alex Bregman. I think Alex Bregman is going to put together an MVP-like season. I think he could be in that conversation when all is said and done. He had a down year. He has had a bunch of injuries that have plagued him and not allowed him to be himself. But when Alex Bregman is going, he is one of the best players in baseball. We've seen it before. I think he has a big bounce-back year, and I think he ends up being in that conversation for MVP when all is said and done. I do.
And then World Series champ from last year, Austin Riley at number 3.
I'm big on Austin Riley. I think when all is said and done with his career, he could win an MVP award. I really like him, and I think he's going to continue to get better and better and better. And I think this year we see him be a top 3 third baseman in all of baseball. This Atlanta Braves team needed somebody to step up last year when everything happened with Ronald Acuna, and Mike Soroka ended up, not being able to come back, which is a big blow to them as well. Everything that happened with Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley stepped up, and he showed that he is one of the best third basemen in baseball, and I think he will continue to get even better this year.
Come in number 2, Rafael Devers.
Rafi Devers. Offensively, I think he's the best third baseman. If this was strictly offensive, I think he's one of the best offensive guys in baseball. The guy rakes. He's going to hit a bunch of bombs. He's really good. He's a scary force at the plate, and he's getting better over at the hot corner. He's getting better at third base. He's still not great, but all you can ask is that he gets better, because when he's in that lineup. We saw what he's able to do last year down the stretch and in the postseason. This guy was not even close to 100%. Every swing he took, he'd hold his shoulder, and you're like, oh my God, is he about to come out of the game? Like, can he even swing? And then the next swing, he hit a bomb to dead center, and you're like, all right. This guy rakes. I'm excited to see him healthy. I think he's going to be, he is. He's one of the best third basemen in baseball, so easy to put him on this list. But who does that leave for number 1?
This one might surprise some people, but it really shouldn't. Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, I think the only reason this might surprise people is because he plays for the Cleveland Guardians, and they haven't been great. And it's like, you don't have a ton of national people tuning in to watch them when they're not very good right now. But Jose Ramirez is, in my opinion, going to be the best third baseman in baseball again this year. He's a switch hitter. I think he could be on the move. That's going to be interesting as well. I think he could be on the move. This Guardians team isn't going to be great. So what do they do with him? Do they keep him? Do they build around him? Do they get a bunch of pieces in return for him? I don't know. But this guy's a switch hitter that plays good defense. He rakes. He steals a bunch of bases. He stole 20-plus bags last year. I really, really like watching Jose Ramirez play baseball. And I think when all is said and done in 2022, I think he's going to be the best third baseman in baseball. Will he be the best third baseman for the Cleveland Guardians when the year's over? I don't know. I don't know where he's going to be. But I got him at number 1 on this list. But as we did with first baseman, let's do the next 5 list that just missed out on that list.
All right, starting off with Manny Machado.
Yeah, again, this is in no order, these next 5. Just 5 first basemen that I struggled to not put in the top 5 that just missed it. Manny Machado, look, he's still really good. He still rakes. He's going to be at the third. He's going to be at the hot corner for the Padres, and he's going to hit a bunch of bombs. He's going to play well defensively. I like Manny Machado a lot. He just missed the list.
Yoan Moncada.
Yeah, Yoan Moncada last year was having a fantastic year, especially leading up to the All-Star break. He's getting better and better and better. He's still young. I really struggled with him as well. These lists are tough, man. These lists are tough. That's what I love about baseball. I love doing these lists because there are so many good players that you could put on this list. Yoan Moncada just missed the list as well. I really like him. A switch hitter. The White Sox are going to be really good this year, and he's going to be an important piece for them.
Can't forget Justin Turner.
Justin Turner. Yeah. I mean, what more can you say? We all know how good he is. It just feels like the longer his career goes on, he just continues to get better, and he continues to rake. And I don't see a lot of regression from him, and I don't foresee that happening this year. I certainly think he's going to be a top 10 third baseman in baseball, and he's going to be close to that top 5 for sure.
Kris Bryant.
Yeah, Kris Bryant, which is tough. Like, where do you even list him? I think he plays the most amount of games at third base, but really he plays all over. He can play first base, he can play left field, he can play center field, he can play right field, he plays third base. He can play all over. He's going to be a very valuable asset to a team, and he's a guy that's still out there. He's an important piece that somebody is still going to get Kris Bryant. Where is he going to go? We've heard talk about the Rockies. That really throws a wrench in everything, but that's potential. Kris Bryant is still really good. Former Rookie of the Year, former MVP, former World Series champion, and he's still really good.
And then finally, Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman, we talked about him earlier when it came to the defensive side of things. Matt Chapman is the best defensive third baseman in baseball. In fact, he might be the best defender in all of baseball, regardless of position. That's not a far-fetched thing to say. And if he gives you any production with the bat, you're happy. And he has been. You know, he's able to hit the ball out of the yard. He's been better and better offensively, but defensively, I mean, he's on this list for just how good he is defensively. What a stud over there. What an absolute stud. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.